You be humble, and I'll take care of the other stuff. I'll be your Mean Gene Okerlund and your wrestling promoter moving forward.
I appreciate it. You got a month to do it.
All right, sounds good. Dodgers.com/vote right now for the Dodgers and Freddie Freeman. Maybe even send Tanner Scott as well.
I would like that.
Yeah, he just gave me the peace sign right there. Thanks a lot for the time, Freddie. And you enjoy Javier's. Javier's has a new location in downtown. Freddie will get a gift card.
Thank you, David. I love all these plugs right now.
The number one plug, automatic. Freddie Freeman to the All-Star game. Starting first baseman. My vision is Freddie versus Max Fried in the house Freddie built in Atlanta. Thanks a lot.
I appreciate it. Thank you, David.
There he is, the man, the hero, World Series MVP, Freddie Freeman.
All right, go ahead and vote him right now and all your favorite Dodgers into the All-Star game in Atlanta with the Dodger coaching staff representing the National League at Dodgers.com/vote. Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game night, it's group night at Shakey's.com. Leading you up to first pitch. Up next, we'll break down this pitching matchup. Don't go anywhere. I'm Tim Cates, the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
AM 570.
LA's best sports talk.
The real home of the Dodgers.
And now another customer review for Zenchi. Handcrafted sushi made right inside your grocery store.
Baseball season's back, and my game day routine? Picking up Zenchi at Ralph's before heading home to watch the boys in blue. Fresh, handcrafted sushi. No cooking, no hassle. Just great food and first pitch ready. I'm Matt, and Zenchi is my go-to for game days.
Zenchi handcrafted sushi. Fresh, affordable, high-quality sushi made inside your local Ralph's near the deli counter.
Great news, Dodger fans. Uber Eats is available at Dodger Stadium. That means you never have to miss a single pitch, run, or out. Skip the long concession lines and order your favorite stadium eats right from your seat. Just scan the Uber Eats QR code or open the app, place your order, and we'll let you know when it's ready for pickup. It's fast, easy, and keeps you in the game, not in line. So go ahead, order now, and enjoy every moment of Dodgers baseball.
Hey SoCal, Father's Day is almost here. As you prep for the big day, make sure you've got plenty of Modelo Especial on hand for Dad. Modelo is the perfect reward for a man with a fighting spirit. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
Your health is our priority at LA Care Health Plan. You may be eligible for free Medi-Cal coverage if you meet income requirements. Connect with us today to see if you qualify. We speak multiple languages, including Spanish, Mandarin, Russian, and more. Visit lacare.org/medi-cal today.
Welcome back to Talking Snack Radio. Big news, Bob.
Let's hear it.
When the Dodgers steal a base, fans get a free AM/PM hot dog and 12-ounce slim Coca-Cola with the AM/PM app.
That's right, Mike. This is a real game changer.
More like a life changer.
Hello.
This is the MVP of promos.
Better start carrying my mustard bottle around.
Slide into free snacks with the official convenience store of the Dodgers. AM/PM. Too much good stuff. Only 1,000 deals available per game on the AM/PM app for 24 hours through September 28th. Only at participating AM/PM stores while supplies last.
As we were saying,
this is Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck on the official home of LA Dodgers baseball.
It's the Dodgers and Mets. First pitch from Dodger Stadium on this Wednesday night coming up at 7:10.
And now, before the Dodgers hit the diamond, we look at the pitching matchup.
Presented by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Work hard and play hard in a new Tacoma with an iForce turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the Bulls. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. Griffin Canning, pride of UCLA on the mound. A SoCal kid, 29-year-old right-hander, 5-2, 3.23 ERA, 4+ seasons with the Angels, briefly with the Braves last season, signed an off-season deal with the Mets. Made it into the rotation, has been really good, making his 12th start this season. It's been a tale of 2 months, though. Great start in April, 4-0 with a 2.49 ERA. Month of May, 1-1 with a 4.09 ERA. Last time out, 3 innings, 5 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks, and a loss to the White Sox. Tony Gonsolin goes for the Dodgers. 31-year-old right-hander, finally healthy, making his 7th start of this season, facing the Mets for the 4th time in his career, 1-1 with a 2.81 ERA. Dodgers and Mets. We're 15 minutes away from first pitch. Keys to the game are next. I'm Tim Cates, the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
LA's best sports talk.
That's a good endorsement there.
AM 570 LA Sports.
Ford employs the most American auto workers in the U.S. They also assemble the most vehicles in the U.S. Ford's commitment to America is not a coincidence, but a proud choice. And Ford is showing everyone that commitment is more important than ever right now.
Ford is offering employee pricing on all Ford.
You pay what Ford employees pay.
Now is the time to get into that Ford you've been eyeing.
Take advantage of employee pricing while you can.
Ford.
From America, for America.
Let's be honest. Relationships shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
Dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these ourselves, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to have that moment and have everyone so excited to have a picture of you is a fun moment.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Start tonight, but he's already given up 8 home runs, including 4 to the Yankees in his last start, a game in which he came out victorious in the end.
Yeah, looking at both of these pitchers tonight, they do not get a high percentage of first pitch or even early pitches in the at-bat over for strikes. In fact, for Gonsolin, the 8th lowest of any starting pitcher, the strike rate, it's only at 61%. That needs to improve, and too many pitches out over the plate, in particular to lefties that hit 302 so far this season. And for Griffin Canning, starting for New York, first pitch strike only 58% of the time. That's the second lowest percent of any starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. So he needs to throw strikes. When he does, he's very effective. In fact, with 2 strikes, just a 114 average. Dodgers saw him in that rain delay game. He started. He was roughed up a little bit, then did not return in New York once the rains disappeared.
Keep an eye on Freddie Freeman tonight with another double. He would tie Hall of Famer Frank Robinson on the all-time doubles list. If he gets 2 tonight, he would move up to 43rd, tying Al Oliver with Lou Gehrig in sight after that. So it's fun to watch Freddie Freeman continue to climb up the all-time doubles list, and it was a double that won it for the Dodgers off the bat of Freeman last night in the 10th inning. Dodgers and Mets Game 3. Tony Gonsolin, Griffin Canning, the pitching matchup, Tim.
All right, first pitch is next. This has been Morongo Casino. Dodgers on deck. Enjoy it, everybody. David Vassay's got you covered at the postgame when this is over. I'm Tim Cates, and this is the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers Audio Network.
champions once again, my friend.
World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers.
This is just the beginning of this team's title window.
Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Yeah.
This has been Morongo Casino. Dodgers on deck on the world champion Dodgers Audio Network.
You either with me or against me, though.
Living out their dream.
They've added even more.
Now we go for 2 in a row.
Win, 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 win. Yeah. Curve everything else. Win, 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 win.
In the backyard and dreaming about this moment.
Start chasing that chip. Stop. Win, 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 win.
This has been Morongo Casino. Dodgers on deck. The MVP for fun, food, and good times. Dodgers baseball is brought to you by Superior Grocers.
Quality, variety, and value.
Shakey's Pizza.
Get more meal for deal at Shakey's.com.
And by Estrella Jalisco.
Back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the ninth.
First pitch is just moments away on your home of the world champion LA Dodgers. The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles.
St. Louis Cardinals, one of the cleanest jerseys in the game. I've always felt that way. And, the birds on the bat, just an iconic logo. I mean, look how rich that yellowish gold is in the bat. All the stitching with the birds. I've just always thought it's one of the best looks in the game. 35 is the number I wore in my Major League debut. I actually think this might be the jersey from my Major League debut. So that was 2010, May 29th.
Rams are here to help make it all happen.
I can do this.
It's time to take control of your future. Classes can fill up quick.
Brother energy. When you want to talk Los Angeles sports,
LA is lucky to have AM 570.
You come here. From Dan Patrick and Colin Cowherd.
Legends of the game in every way possible.
To Rogan and Rodney and Petros and Money.
Who is going to compete with that?
You keep this going with your passion.
This city is different.
Nobody does LA sports.
It's Los Angeles.
Like AM 570 LA Sports.
Hey, Dodger fans. In the game of life, with its home runs, curveballs, and strikes, the LA County Department of Mental Health has you covered. If you ever feel anxious, overwhelmed, or need immediate help, we are here for you. The Department of Mental
McDonald, we get set to go. Well, each of the first two games have been nail-biters. They've both gone 10 innings. The Mets victorious on Monday night. And then last night, the walk-off RBI double by Freddie Freeman at the bottom of the 10th. So here's Game 3 of this series. On the mound, it is Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers. They've taken the field. Here's Dave Roberts starting lineup. Dodgers a half game, make that a full game in front of San Diego in the National League Western Division. 4 games in front of San Francisco. It'll be again Shohei Ohtani, the designated hitter. Mookie Betts is at shortstop. Freddie Freeman with a game-winning double last night is at first. Teoscar Hernandez in right. Max Muncy is at third. In center field, Andy Pages. Michael Conforto is in left field. Dalton Rushing behind the plate doing the catching tonight. And batting ninth and playing at second base is Kike Hernandez. For Gonsolin, his 7th start, a record of 3-1. It's Griffin Canning on the mound for New York. The umpiring assignments, Jansen Visconti is working the plate to call the balls and strikes. Malachi Moore is at first. Andy Fletcher, the crew chief, at second. And Gabe Morales is over at third. Remember, day game tomorrow will join you at high noon. Morongo Casino Dodgers on Deck show. First pitch at 1:10. Happy to have you with us. All set to go. Game 3 of the 4-game series. Dodgers and Mets from Dodger Stadium. And with the play, here's Tim.
Thank you very much, Mo. Dodgers in their traditional home whites. Red numeral in front. Dodgers across the chest. And the Mets a different look tonight. The blue jerseys trimmed in orange with the gray road pants. And Francisco Lindor stepping in from the left side against the right-hander Gonsolin. Lindor, the switch hitter, batting .284, 14 home runs, 36 runs batted in. And Gonsolin ready to go. His first pitch of the game is there for strike one. Coming in at 7:10 Pacific time. 66 degrees out. Time and temp brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. 0-1 to Lindor, who waits at the plate with an orange bat, too, and he's hit by a pitch. Tony got him on the front right leg, and he is down laying over home plate. And now crawling, finally getting up and limping. He's limping over toward the third base dugout. But, he got him on the right foot. And in a part where it was not covered by the shin guard. So hit batsman, and Lindor will head down to first base.
That's the third batter that Gonsolin has plunked this year.
So Lindor walks it off and jogs down to first base. Brandon Nimmo, the left fielder, up. And one of the trainers for the Mets is going to come out and take a look at Lindor and see how he is. But Nimmo last night, his defense came into question. In the bottom of the 10th inning, Freddie Freeman hitting a slicing ball toward the wall and left. And Nimmo got all turned around, and the ball fell in safely for a game-winning double. And here's Nimmo batting in the second spot in the order for the second time this series. He did that in Game 1 Monday night. Muncy even with the bag off the line at third for the left-handed hitter. Betts playing up the middle, left of the bag. Now the pitch swung on and missed, a splitter.
Well, Nimmo normally pretty good glove in the outfield. I was surprised at his post-game comments. He never did say, when asked about that play, I should have had it. He went on for about 2 minutes talking about, well, the ball was moving, and therefore I turned, and therefore.
0-1, another splitter, swinging and miss. Yeah, but as a left fielder, with a left-handed batter up and a right-handed pitcher on the mound, you've got to anticipate a slice.
The ball is going to go, unless something is really unusual, the ball from a left field perspective is going to go from my left to my right. Well, he didn't know which way to go.
Well, he turned towards center field instead of toward the line.
Yeah, and you can turn to your left and going back for a ball, but you need to also turn again to your left. It'll keep you on the same track.
0-2 pitch on the way to Nimmo. Lindor leading at first, a short one. And the pitch low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tony went back to the splitter there. Key for Gonsolin is going to be landing that split-fingered fastball tonight. He's got a good one, and if he's got it going, he's going to get swings and misses, and he's going to get ground balls. 1-2, and the pitch Swung on ground ball to second. It's off the glove of Kike and into right field. Oh, that was a room service double play ball. And it rolled right up the glove of Kike Hernandez into right for an error. And now the Mets with nobody out and runners at the corners.
Oh, that ball was hit pretty sharply. However, Kike Hernandez was going to reach out with one hand and not get in front of the ball.
So a hit batsman and an error, and now the Mets threatening with nobody out and Soto up.
Yeah, but you go down with one hand. I mean, you're going to try and turn over the double play if you field it, and it should have been fielded. But that's a long way to travel from the glove hand to the bare hand. Why not go down with both and set yourself and get your feet in position to begin with?
Well, Gonsolin in a bit of a jam here. Dodgers will play back. There goes Nimmo for second base. Rushing's going to throw down. Throw is not in time, and it was high and off the bag to the left. And Nimmo in with a stolen base, his second of the season. Two men in scoring position. Soto hit a home run last night off of Clayton Kershaw. That came in the third inning on a 3-2 pitch. Dodgers would end up winning the game ultimately in 10 innings, 6-5. Now the pitch, and Soto takes up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. First pitch in there, he took it so Nimmo could get down to second base. Sometimes you hear about batters swinging to protect a runner or taking all the way to let the runner go. There's a couple different schools of thought there. 1-0 pitch. Rather, the 1-1 pitch. Misses for ball 2. 2-1.
One thing for Gonsolin also is the percentage of strikes thrown. His strike rate is only 61%. That's the 8th lowest of starting pitchers in baseball this year.
Well, the Mets threatening here. Nobody out. Top of the first inning. Pitch to Soto from Gonsolin. 2-1 is down low. Now it's 3-1.
Plate umpire Jansen Visconti trying to correct the scoreboard operator. It's listed 3-0 on the scoreboard. It's 3-1 to count.
I believe Visconti, he had a 100 on the report card recently.
Yes, he did.
Behind the plate. 3-ball, 1-strike pitch to Soto. Gonsolin set on the hill, looks over at third briefly, now kicks and deals, and the ball swung on, fouled back. That'll fill the count at 3-2.
Well, here's another example. If we look at the Dodgers really the last couple of weeks, they have not played a lot of, as Dave Roberts would say, clean games without making mistakes. And here in the first inning, a very costly mistake. Instead of 2 outs, nobody on, now there's second and third, nobody out.
Full count pitch coming to Juan Soto. And stepping off the mound, off the rubber actually, is Gonsolin. He'll dig back in first base side. Holds his red leather glove up against his chest. Now twists into his set formation. Ready to go. And the 3-2 pitch. Swung on, ground ball towards second. Backhanded by Kike. He's got one play. It's the first. He gets the out there, but Lindor comes across to score, and it's 1-0 New York. Advancing from second to third is Nimmo. An RBI ground out for Soto, his 31st run batted in. So the hit batsman costs Gonsolin a run here in the top of the first inning. Infield will come in even with the bags all the way around. Runner at third, 1 out. Pete Alonso up. 286 average for Alonso, 12 home runs, 48 runs batted in. And he swings, hits a long drive right center field. This ball headed back. It is gone. It's a home run for Alonso. A 2-run shot, and the Mets break out to a 3-0 lead. 13th home run of the season for Alonso. And for Tony Gonsolin, who gave up 4 home runs in his last start against the Yankees, he gives up his 9th home run of the season in just his 7th start. We've been reminding you how important this game is. You might say, well, it's early June. How important can it be? Well, if the Mets win one of the next 2, they would get home field advantage against the Dodgers in the postseason. They would be guaranteed that. The Cubs already have won the season series against the Dodgers. And they have home field and the tiebreaker in their favor, just in case. Career home run, 239 for Pete Alonso. He is third all-time on the Mets list. And just ahead of him was David Wright at 242. So he's 3 away from catching David Wright for second all-time. First is Darryl Strawberry with 252. Brett Beatty up, 1 out, bases clear. 3-0 Mets.
And it's safe to say that the Mets are, they're in the playoff hunt. They started tonight a half game in front of the second-place Phillies in the Eastern Division.
Beatty, left-handed batter, takes low and in. Well, Gonsolin has allowed 21 runs this season. 14 of them have come by way of the home run. So you figure a guy who's a splitter pitcher going to get a lot of ground balls, but it's the other pitches that get hit up in the air. And there's a ground ball toward the middle. Mookie Betts plays it on 2 hops right behind the bag. Slings it onto first. Almost threw it away, but Freddie able to keep his right spike on the bag and fall down almost up the baseline to make the catch. A little bit interesting, but it's an out, and there are 2 down.
Well, this has started out as a challenging defense in this one to begin with. There has not been a ball hit softly yet by the Mets.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Jared Young, the designated hitter. Left-handed batter, started game 1 Monday, did not play last night. He takes ball 1 down and in. 18 pitches so far for Gonsolin. Young is just 3 for 17 this season with the Mets, 176 average. One of his three hits was a home run, and he swings and misses at a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Griffin Canning, the starter for the Mets, has been handed a 3-0 lead. An appeal down to third base on a check swing is confirmed a strike by third base umpire Gabe Morales.
Tim, you're talking about that splitter with Gonsolin. Well, that low strike rate, again, 8th lowest of starting pitchers in baseball, has not allowed him to really get ahead early in the count where hitters might expand the strike zone on the splitter.
1-2 pitch, that's down and in.
And there's a good example right there. The splitter misses by a foot.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Gonsolin twists into the stretch, kicks, fires, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a curveball. First strikeout for Gonsolin, but he surrenders the 2-run shot to Pete Alonso and gives up 3 runs in the top of the first inning. After half inning, it's the Mets 3, Dodgers coming to bat.
Take your fun higher at Harrah's Resort SoCal with the help.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this. Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Let's see what D-Rose. Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Will lead off Ohtani's first at bat, brought to you by Asahi Super Dry Beer, embodying the refreshing taste of modern Japan. Go beyond the expected. Ohtani, 23 home runs, 39 runs batted in, 288 average, 64 runs scored already. And as far as his runs scored are concerned, he is on a pace with Babe Ruth from 1921. Somewhere around 170. Be remarkable if he could get there, but nobody has since 21. Here is the first pitch to Shohei, and it's up high, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Ohtani, Betts, and then Freeman. Dodgers have some work to do. Down a 3 spot after the first half inning. And Canning's 1-0 pitch on the way. And that is down low. 2 balls and no strikes. Canning has struggled with the walk a little this year. He's also struggled with his 4-seam fastball. His last outing was against the White Sox. He only lasted 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, 3 of them earned. 2-0. And that is on the outside part of the plate, knee high for a strike. 2-1 to Ohtani. Canning 5-2 on the season, however. He's had his best success on the road. 3-1 away from Citi Field. Swung on and a high drive center field, playable. Jeff McNeil is the center fielder tonight. He reaches up, makes the catch. And that is out number 1 as Ohtani flies to center. At Children's Hospital Los Angeles, groundbreaking research meets world-class expertise and treatment. U.S. News and World Report once again has named CHLA the #1 hospital in California. Learn more today at chla.org. Mookie Betts has been on base in 15 straight games. Had a couple of hits last night. Average at 257. And he will look at strike 1. Fastball at 96, up in the zone. 8 homers for Betts. He's driven in 31. And the wind and the 0-1 pitch. He'll take another strike. This one outside corner, knee high at 96.
Well, Canning got the no decision. He started against the Dodgers on May 23rd. That was the rain-interrupted game that Kershaw was on the mound for the Dodgers. He went 2 2/3. Canning did.
0-2 to Betts outside.
And while he was charged with 3 runs, only 1 hit. The runs were scored after he left the game, when it was resumed after the rainstorm.
1-2 pitch, that's low.
But Tim, the problem that Canning ran into, he walked 4 in those 2 2/3 innings. I talked about Gonsolin with a low strike rate. For Canning, first pitch strikes, second lowest of starting pitchers in baseball. So don't expand early in the count.
2-2. The wind, the kick, the pitch. And Mookie checked his swing. He thinks he went around anyway. And he didn't even wait to look for the appeal from Malachi Moore, the umpire, at first. He rings up strike 3. And Mookie goes down on a slider. 2 away, and here's Freddie. Base is empty, and Freeman facing Griffin Canning. The Dodgers not off to the same auspicious beginning the Mets were tonight. Mets had a little help, though. And Freddie swings, hits a high fly ball, right center field and deep. Going back Soto, going back McNeil. McNeil at the wall makes the catch. Right in the right center field alley, up against the blue wall. And the Dodgers retired in order in the bottom of the first inning. We go to the second. It's the Mets 3, Dodgers.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Third baseman will lead off. It'll be the bottom of the order. Mauricio, McNeil, and Torrens facing Tony Gonsolin. Gonsolin looking for better results in the second inning. So 9 home runs allowed this season for the Catman. 4 of the 9 have been in the first inning after Alonso's first inning 2-run homer. Mauricio batting left-handed takes a strike. Now for Mauricio, it's his first time back in the big league since 2023. And last night the cameras caught him during the national anthem a bit emotional. With tears in his eyes, he was so proud to be back in the big leagues after injuries and surgeries kept him out for a while. And the pitch, a called strike, a splitter. It's 0-2. That's certainly meaningful. He got hurt in the Dominican Winter League. And is back now and was hitting very, very well in the minor leagues before his call-up yesterday. Pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Splitter got him, and there's 1 away. 2 strikeouts for Tony, first on the split. Top of the second, brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Well, Gonsolin will face Jeff McNeil, playing center field tonight. Don't normally see him out there. I see him at second base, occasionally left field, but center field tonight.
I remember McNeil changed the batting theory just a couple of years ago. You know, he used to choke up, 3 or 4 inches on the bat. He says, hey, wait a minute. Let me get down to the end and get some leverage.
Strike 2, 1-1. Well, he had that long-handled bat that was tapered at the bottom he used to use. Now he uses more of a regular handle.
He's also using that torpedo bat, as they refer to it.
1-1 is roped into right field. That's a base hit. Line drive single for McNeil. 1 out and 1 on for New York.
Catcher number 13, Luis Torrens.
Luis Torrens, the catcher, 260 hitter. He was the placed runner at second base in the top of the 10th last night. He never moved from second. Tanner Scott came in, mowed him down. Got back on track and left Torrens at second base. Francisco Lindor on deck. 1 out, 1 on. Pitch cut on and missed. No balls and 1 strike. Now the Phillies and Mets battling for supremacy in the East. And the Mets got a little break tonight with Toronto beating Philadelphia 2-1. So the current lead is a full game by the Mets. And if the Mets lose tonight, it'll drop back to just half a game. If they win, a game and a half. 0-2 pitch. Missed inside. And Torrens with a 1-2 count on him. That should be a good race in the National League East. Mets and Phillies. Phillies very good. 1-2. Swinging a ground ball left side. Muncie's got it. Throws to second one. Kike the turn. Double play. Around the horn they go to end the top of the second. No runs, 1 hit. That's it. After an inning and a half, Mets 3, Dodgers nothing.
When you want Dodgers, the only home is AM.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Andy Pages. Work hard, play hard in a new Tacoma with an I-Force turbocharged engine. It's a truck built for the bold. See your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. Well, today is a great giveaway at the stadium today. The replica Sandy Koufax gray Brooklyn game jersey. Got the blue piping. Really neat-looking jersey, but there's a reason why it's today. It's a great giveaway, but the date has meaning. I'll tell you why here in a moment. As Teoscar steps in, 284 hitter, 10 home runs. Club leader in RBIs with 42. Right-handed batter against Griffin Canning. Overhead wide, and the pitch in there for a strike. It was on this day, June 4th, back in 1963. He pitched the third no-hitter of his career. It was at Philadelphia, Connie Mack Stadium against the Phillies. And Koufax went 1 for 3 in the game, too, by the way. Koufax had more hits in that game than the entire Phillies team. And he was so efficient in that game, it only took 1 hour and 55 minutes. 29,709 saw it. Well, it was the third of his career no-hitters. I think I said 63. It was 64. June 4th, 1964. Another no-hitter for Sandy Koufax on this date. No balls and 2 strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. Canning ready to throw, and the right-hander kicks and deals. And it's up high, 1-2. Pete Alonso, the first inning home run off of Gonsolin. It's the big blow so far. One of 2 Mets hits. Dodgers don't have one yet. Swing and a foul back. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. If you look at what Koufax did, he was having, I guess by his standards, a ho-hum season at that point in time. He was 5-4 going into that game against the Phillies on the 4th of June in '64. Swinging a ground ball to third, down to a knee, Mauricio. He grabs it, straightens up, throws to first, and he gets Teoscar 1 away. But certainly the no-hitter brightened things up.
You know, thinking back, what got everybody in Southern California very concerned there that 1 year. Both Koufax and Don Drysdale did not sign their contracts. They both held out together. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch in your rotation.
Package deal. And now Max Muncy waves and misses. Well, Muncy had himself a night last night. He atoned for an error that he made down at third base. Came back to haunt the Dodgers, but he came back to haunt the Mets with a game-tying home run in the 9th. One of his 2 home runs in the game. 1 ball, 1 strike to Muncy. Canning's pitch. Strike called at the knees. First 39 games of the season for Max. He hit 190, 1 home run, 9 runs batted in, and he was feeling it. But over his last 18 games, things have turned around. Pitch bounces at the plate, goes back to the backstop. Count to 2-2. His last 18 games, his average is .316. He has 8 of his 9 home runs and 26 RBIs during that time. 26 of the 35 that he's got have all come in the last 2.5 weeks. 2-2 pitch now to Max on the way from Canning. And he throws it low, 3-2. But it's funny, though. Sometimes you just wait for a guy to turn it on. And the Dodgers were waiting for Max to turn it on. He finally did. You just never know when it's going to start. You hope it never stops. 3-2 pitch. Muncy swings, fouls it off to the left and out of play.
Well, very few times are you going to go through a season and not have a dry spell. This for Max is that dry spell lasted too long to open up the season.
1 out, nobody on. 3-2 pitch. Muncy chases a changeup and strikes out. 2 down. Second strikeout for Canning.
Well, friends, you can make your Dodger players all-stars. That's right, because all-star balloting and voting started today. So cast your 2025 Pro Spirit MLB All-Star Ballot daily at MLB.com/vote.
That time of the season. All-star voting is open. Andy Pages fouls one away to the right. Strike 1. Pages with an 8-game hit streak. 281 average, 11 homers. And the way that he started his season, I don't think anybody thought that his numbers would be where they are right now. He's one of the team leaders in runs batted in with 38. He has been very solid at the plate. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball toward the hole. Backhanded in the hole by Lindor. Throws in a hop to first too late, and that's a base hit for Andy Pages, and he extends his hitting streak to 9 straight games.
No, it never hurts to have some speed that you can kind of reach into and grab that speed, use it to your advantage, and it gets aboard infield single.
Michael Conforto, left-handed hitting left fielder at 168. And a player that has had some spurts here and there, but still has not quite turned it on. And he waits for the pitch from Canning. Here it comes. And he looks at a strike, a curveball over the outside part of the plate. Conforto with 3 home runs on the season, 9 runs batted in. Pages leads at first. And Canning delivers outside for a ball. 1-1. Well, we saw plenty of Canning with the Angels in the past. And now doing his pitching for the Mets. A 1-1. Ball's lifted, fouling out of play, third base side. Conforto has faced Canning just once before, and he's 1 for 1 against him. And during Griffin Canning's time with the Angels, 25-34 record with a 4.78 ERA, 99 appearances, 94 starts for the Angels. Go to first and Pages back.
Something a little comical is that after the sides are given, Lindor, the shortstop, who's playing up the middle, is putting the glove up, and they're signaling back and forth who's covering. Well, there's no question, because the second baseman, Beatty, is about 60 feet off the second base bag. He's not covering under any circumstances.
1-2. And strike 3 called on a slider as Conforto took it. 2 strikeouts in the inning. 3 in the game for Canning. Dodgers get a hit, leave a man. We're through 2 at Dodger Stadium. Mets 3, Dodgers.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the Elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
Top of the third, top of the order up for New York. 3-0 Mets with the lead. Glad you're tuned in tonight, no matter where you happen to be listening to us from. Hope you're keeping score as well. Along with Rick Monday, I'm Tim Everett. Dwayne McDonald in the booth with us. Our producer-engineer, David Vassay, alongside. And Colin Yee back in our Burbank studios. Glad you're with us. And the pitch to Lindor is there for a strike. Lindor hit by a pitch and scored the game's first run on an RBI groundout by Juan Soto back in the first. 0-1 pitch from Gonsolin. Swinging a ground ball wide of first, fouled, 0-2. Gonsolin hits a new baseball. He's ready to throw already. Inside target set by Rushing. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Went up the ladder, and he got it with a high fastball. One away. Dodger fans, skip the line at Dodger Stadium. Look around the ballpark for the QR code to scan or order with the Uber Eats app from your seat and enjoy every pitch, run, and out. Third strikeout for Gonsolin. And they've all come on different pitches. A curveball, a splitter, now a fastball. Ball one to Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo reached on an error by Kike Hernandez, stole second and scored. He got to ride home for free on the home run by Alonso. Pitch to him, taken for a strike. Curveball. Well, it happened again today, Mo. You believe it? 3 days in a row, same thing has happened. Colorado Rockies winning. Won their first series of the year.
Yeah. They'll be chanting, break up the team pretty soon.
And we bring it up and talk about their futility. It's not to keep piling on. It's just it's a bad situation. It's not being competitive. Ground ball right side past a diving Kike into right field, and Nimmo's got a hit. But it's better for baseball if the Rockies get better. Because they're just have been in so many non-competitive games. It's not good. But they've won 3 in a row for the first time this year. A road sweep over the Marlins. How do you think the Marlins are feeling? One out, throw over to first base. Nimmo dives back safely.
Well, the Marlins in last place in the East. They started today 14.5 games behind the Mets.
They've got a lot of climbing to do. Don't know if they'll get there. The pitch on the way, and Soto swings, fouls it off down the left side, now to play. Diamondbacks in action in Atlanta tonight, top of the 9th inning, and the D-backs lead the Braves 1-0. Padres on top of the Giants 5-0. Top of the 5th inning, Padres going for their third straight over the Giants. Pitch in there for a called strike. They won the first 2 games of that series in San Francisco in extra innings. And the Padres have really put some pressure on the Giants, who have fallen to 4 out to start action tonight. Throw to first, and Nimmo dives back. The Giants designated for assignment today late night Lamont Wade Jr. was let go by the Giants. Buster Posey making some roster changes there today. He's been upset at what's been happening on the field for the Giants, their downfall recently, and he's not wasting any time making changes. Ball and 2 strikes to Juan Soto. Pitch is inside to him.
You talked to a lot of people. You and I discussed this beginning in spring training and early in the season too. I think a lot of people were surprised that the Giants got out of the gate as well as they did. It was rather a pleasant surprise.
Here comes a 2-2 from Gonsolin. Swung on and missed. Oh, foul ball. Beg your pardon. Foul ball. Looked like he chased a high pitch and missed it, but he caught just a piece of it. And Dalton Rushing could not hang on. He catches that. That's a strikeout.
That pitch was shoulder high.
Ooh. I don't know if he wants to think about going back up there or not, but that's a pitch that's not going to do Soto any good. 2-2. 1 out. Nimmo leaning towards second base. Now a step back to first. And the pitch to Soto. Takes it low. 3-2. Now a good chance we'll see Nimmo run here. Betts playing close to the bag at second base. He doesn't have to tell Kike he's covering, like Lindor does to Brett Beatty. Mookie's right next to it. Here's the pitch. There goes Nimmo. And the ball is thrown inside. Ball 4. Boy, a borderline curveball just missed. And Visconti called it ball 4. And now, with 1 out, the Mets have runners at first and second.
And for Gonsolin, loses Soto. Remember, he was out in front. No balls and 2 strikes.
And it appeared as though he had him struck out, but Rushing dropped strike 3. And here's Pete Alonso, 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer.
Well, on that home run, Alonso got a cookie to hit.
Three 3-0 Mets with the lead. 2 on, 1 out. Top of the third, pitch from Gonsolin, swung on and missed. Speaking of cookies, you try any from the press room tonight?
Bring that up. David Vassay and I were actually had a little difficulty with the cookie the last inning.
If you wonder why Rick disappeared for a while, there's a fly ball, shallow center. Mookie Betts goes out to get it in shallow left center. Makes the catch for the second out.
Yeah, coughing does not play well on radio.
Well, glad to see you've recovered. And
thank goodness for bottles of water.
And you get a 3/4 eaten cookie over there. Two outs, first and second. Still 3-0 Met lead. Brett Beatty, left-handed batting second baseman, grounded out to Betts first time up. Pitch way inside. He backs up. That's ball 1.
Well, the Mets, I mentioned this earlier, is that, where they have really been outstanding is with their pitching. Lowest ERA of any team in baseball. 4th lowest batting average against. They're middle of the pack when it comes to offense, but they've made it work.
1-0 pitch, strike called to Beatty.
16th in team average, 11th in runs scored, 11th in home runs hit. But they also don't allow too many home runs. They've hit 69, that's 11. It's only one team in baseball has allowed fewer. They've given up just 43.
1-1 pitch and a ground ball hit to the right side. Freddie Freeman backhands it at first. Underhand toss to Gonsolin covering. And the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. No Dodger errors at the end of 2.5 innings. It's New York 3 and the Dodgers nothing.
LA's best sports.
At AM/PM, when the Dodgers steal a base at home, you score a free hot dog and any 12-ounce slim Coca-Cola. Redeem your free feast in the AM/PM app. Let's play ball. AM/PM. Too much good stuff. Rushing with his first plate appearance of the evening. 231 hitter, 6 for 26 since his call-up. 1 home run and 7 runs batted in. Facing Griffin Canning, who winds and sends the first pitch toward the plate. It is swung on and fouled to the far end of the Mets dugout on the first base side. First 27 plate appearances of Rushing's career. He has struck out 14 times. And that would be an indicator that he is still adjusting to the big league level. And he'll still be doing that for a little while. It's expected. 0-1 pitch. Looks at a strike, and it's 0-2.
Especially difficult, not only because you're coming up to the big league level, but you're playing every 5 or 6 days, and you don't feel that you're really, in the swing of things, and not to be a play on words.
0-2 pitch from Canning. A swing and a miss, strike 3. 4th strikeout for Canning, and he got Rushing on a fastball. Shohei Hernandez, first time up, the number 9 hitter. This was one thing recently that the Dodgers, from their 8 and 9 hitters, they needed to get on base in front of Ohtani. It's been way too many times Ohtani's come up with nobody on in front of him, other than his first at bat of the game. And a strike call to Kike. Kike hitting .237, 7 homers.
Slider right down the middle.
I don't know if he could have placed it on a tee any better than where that pitch location was. 0-1, swings, fouls it back. He's in the hole, 0-2. Kike with 27 hits against the Mets in 44 career games against them. 0-2 pitch. Swings and fouls it off to the right and out of play. And let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the World Champion Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
1 out, nobody on, and the 0-2 pitch. And Kike could not hold up his swing. Well, he did. Wow, they appealed down to first base umpire Malachi Moore, who said he didn't go around. But, I mean, we look at the side swing, and he certainly went around.
Yeah, yep.
Wow. What a break for Hernandez. And now he gets another pitch, a 1-2. Now, one thing Major League Baseball is experimenting with, and they hope at some point in the future it'll be good enough where they'll be able to implement it into the game, is technology that will determine swings and non-swings on check swings like that.
Well, I'll believe that when I see it, as far as the accuracy.
We had a broadcaster seminar with Major League Baseball prior to the beginning of the season. They brought that up then. And there's more news on that coming out soon. 1-2 is low, 2-2. But there is other news regarding technology today. The Athletic tonight, the writer Evan Drellick, who covers Major League Baseball business, reports that the commissioner, Rob Manfred, is going to propose that the ABS system be implemented next year, 2026 season. Ball 3 to Kike, 3-2. And, of course, it has to go through, for lack of a better term, committee. The players have to approve it, and so on and so forth. There's a process, but he says he's going to recommend that they put it in the game next year. 3-2. Swinging a ground ball down to third base. Mauricio up with it. Fires onto first base, on target to Alonso. And Kike's out 5-3.
Well, we saw the ABS in spring training, and I must say that I was much more impressed after seeing it than being leery of it prior to.
Well, I think the reviews, it seemed to be all pretty much positive. I didn't really hear any negative reviews about it. And Ohtani rips a single to right field in the first pitch. And Shohei is aboard with 2 down. Ohtani 1 for 2 in the game.
Yeah, and one of the questions I have about the ABS system is that you're only going to have a couple of opportunities to use it. Why not expand it? Since the system has shown that it does not take hardly any time at all. If you're doing it because you want accuracy, why is accuracy only important for 2 times in a game?
Throw to first base, and Ohtani gets back. Well, it doesn't take much time, but it does add a very entertaining aspect for the fans. If you've never seen it. And Betts fouls it into the Dodger dugout, third base side. But what that element is they show the computer replay on the scoreboard. And everybody sees it at the same time, so you automatically know if it was a ball or a strike.
And what we notice in spring training is that the stadium becomes silent. And even all of the players, they stop and they look at up at the boards also to see the call.
Here's an 0-1 pitch. That's up high. Well, you know who won't mind are the franchises, because you have a sponsor attached to that. Well, you got everybody looking at it at the same time, right?
Back to the day one where they knew we were going to use it a couple of times. Dave Roberts says, anybody can use it except for you, Max.
Well, Mookie hits a ball deep towards center field. Slight right center back, and a leaping catch by McNeil against the wall. Taking possible extra bases away from Mookie Betts. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. And we go to the top of the 4th, and we return. Mets 3, Dodgers nothing.
This
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Gonsolin. Make sure to come to Dodger Stadium June 18th when the Padres are in for gold player jersey night. First 40,000 fans in attendance can score a stunning and memorable Dodgers Champions Gold player jersey presented by Synchron. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Left-handed batter Young at 167, 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out on a curveball his first time up. And he takes a ball here with a fastball.
That jersey is a heck of a deal because only the world champions can get it.
Get to wear it first series of the year. And the pitch down low for a ball, 2-0. Yeah, they look really good too. 2 balls, no strikes. Gonsolin out of the stretch at all times. Kicks and fires. And a swing and a miss at a fastball in the outer half. We'll be talking about Sandy Koufax a little bit tonight. The anniversary of his 3rd no-hitter, which was on this date, 1964, against the Phillies. This was also the date, 1972, when his number was retired. Jackie Robinson, Roy Campanella, and Koufax all had their numbers retired. This date, 1972. We told you the other day on Lou Gehrig Day, Lou Gehrig was the first athlete to have his number retired, period. Number 4. He was the only guy in Yankee history to wear it. A swing and a miss. After Babe Ruth stopped playing for the Yankees, there were about 3 or 4 other players that wore number 3 before they took that one out of circulation. Full count to Jared Young. And Gonsolin sends a pitch home. Missed on the outside edge with a fastball, and he's walked him. 2 walks and a hit batsman tonight. I'll check that. Check that. 1 walk and a hit batsman. And 1 man reached on an error. The leadoff man is aboard in the 4th for the Mets. Ronnie Mauricio takes inside. Switch hitter batting left-handed. And he walks around the home plate circle. He nearly got clipped with that pitch from Gonsolin. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Mets. No runs, 2 hits for the Dodgers. Both Dodger hits coming with 2 outs. Not much amounted to anything after the hits. 1-0, and that's a strike. Fastball down the middle. And looking at the pitches that Mauricio has swung at tonight, for him to let that one go makes you scratch your head. 1-1 delivery from Gonsolin. And a swing and a miss and a ball down and in out of the strike zone. So he has one that is middle, belt high, down Main Street. He watches it. The next one's down by his feet. And he swings and misses.
Yeah, the curveball, he's not had 2 nights in a row now, has not had good swings at the hook.
1-2. Nobody out. Runner at first is Young. The pitch. Mauricio fouls it off to the left. Up into the seats. Well, this is game 3 of this 4-game set. Tomorrow, Landon Knack against David Peterson. We've got a matinee for you. Businessman special on a Thursday. Business person special. Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck at high noon. First pitch at 1:10. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the batter, Ronnie Mauricio. Then right after the game, we're leaving on a jet plane. But we do know when we'll be back again. We're going to St. Louis for the weekend. Here's a swing and a miss, and Mauricio is out. That is strikeout number 4 for Gonsolin, as the fastball was on the outer half, and Mauricio just could not catch up.
On the road trip, we'll see the Cardinals for the first time, and then see the San Diego Padres for the first time. Then come back home and see the Giants for the first time, and the Padres in for a big 4-game series.
Runner goes. Pitch swung on, grounded to Freddie Freeman at first. He'll grab it, turn around, step on the bag for the out. 2 gone. And Jared Young safe at second base.
And for Gonsolin, never did make Young stop. He just kept taking a step off, and then took off.
Luis Torrens now at the plate. The catcher hit into an inning-ending around the horn double play in the second inning. A runner at second, 2 men out, 3-0 New York. Mets batting, top of the 4th inning. Gonsolin looking to get the Dodgers back to the bat rack. Delivers inside and high, ball 1. So meet me in St. Louis. That's coming up after tomorrow's game. Game 1 against the Cards Friday night. A couple of hours earlier than normal on the West Coast. Will be in the Central Time Zone. Strike call to Torrens. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lindor out in the on-deck circle. 1-1 pitch. Torrens swings and misses at a splitter. Right over the top of it. It's 1-2. That's a good-looking splitter there. It's a little bit high in the zone, but still it is a swing-inducing split-fingered pitch. And Gonsolin looking for another. Infield back, outfield straight up, 2 down. Young off of second base. The stretch, the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball off a leg of Gonsolin. First base side, he'll pick it up, throw on to first. And he retires the side. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. And at the end of 3.5, it's the Mets 3.
Well, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the midnight navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, diehard, and I became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Hernandez and Max Muncy. Well, a message from California Public Health. Teens, you can feel better when you balance your stress with tips and tools made for teens by teens. Learn more at takespacetopause.org. There's Freddie 0 for 1, flying out very deep to center field in the first inning. Dodgers trying to get the offense going here. Only 2 hits tonight, no runs. And the pitch down low and in. Ball 1 to Freddie. So his next double will move him into 43rd place, tied with Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. 1-0 pitch, swung on. It's lifted to shallow left. Coming in is Nimmo. He'll reach up and make the catch. And there's one down for the Dodgers in the 4th.
Tim, if we can say a hello to Evan Phillips, who this morning underwent surgery and a big loss to this Dodger ball club, and a speedy recovery and a healthy, full recovery.
Evan Phillips been an easy guy to root for. One of the really good guys in his ball club, and very talented as well. And, you know, he is a guy that this team will miss quite a bit. As effective as he has been out of the Dodger pen. And yeah, best of luck to Evan Phillips.
Well, that Tommy John surgery, I mean, they've got it down to pretty much a science. The problem is it just eats up the calendar.
1 ball, no strikes to Teoscar Hernandez. Canning's pitch. Cut on, bounce foul, third base side. 1-1.
One of the remarkable surgeries that Dr. Frank Jobe, Dodgers physician, developed it on his own with Tommy John, and that was really the only option for Tommy, who went on and pitched for years and years afterwards.
1-1, cut and a miss. Well, I mean, it saved Tommy's career, and
yes, it did.
Countless other pitchers it's saved and extended careers. And that's the thing, you got to put it on hold for 18 months, which is a long time start to finish for any player who's gone through it. But what's the alternative, right?
Well, and you know, we talk about tradition here at the Dodgers, and consider now that the Dodgers team physician, orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Neil Elitrosh, trained under Dr. Jobe and his staff.
2-2 deliveries, fouled back off to the right and into the seats.
So we're talking about exceptional medical staff, from physicians to trainers. And then it's a big responsibility upon the players as well.
Right. You know, with Dr. Elitrosh on the Dodgers staff, basically, players from all over baseball seek him out for an opinion. There's a ground ball wide of third foul, and he will perform the surgeries on many players, regardless of which team they're on.
I know Charlie Steiner and I had a conversation a couple of years ago with their good doctor just outside the dugout club. We were talking about surgeries and rehab and players coming back, and he said something that was just profound. There are no shortcuts to rehabbing injuries and surgeries.
2-2 to Teoscar Hernandez. Canning, overhead wind, kicks, fires, and it's up high. And that difficult little ulnar collateral ligament that has caused pitchers so much problem.
Yep.
And the flexor pronator tendon's also in there that can be fixed without surgery sometimes, most of the time. 3-2. That's fouled back.
And there's a protocol. I mean, it's by the book as far as the rehab and the recovery, and then eventually a soft tossing program that builds up and increases and increases.
Payoff pitch to Teoscar. Swings a little number out in front of the plate. Canning will grab it with a bare hand. Throw onto first in time. And just get Teoscar Hernandez for out number 2. It was a 9-pitch at bat for Hernandez, and it ended up with a swinging bunt for an out.
Well, the biggest difference we see in Griffin Canning tonight versus that out that he had, that he went 2 2/3 before the rain came. His counterpart that day was Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. But in those 2 2/3, he gave up only 1 hit, but the bullpen gave up the 3 runs. But Canning in that game walked 4 in the 2 2/3.
Max Muncy's second time up, backs up to get out of the way of an inside pitch. Max struck out on a changeup. His first plate appearance in the second inning. One-0 bounces at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Speaking of pitchers and pitchers coming back, it looks like we may see a couple of pitchers back in the bullpen this week that have been out for a little bit.
Hallelujah.
Kirby Yates and perhaps even Michael Kopech. 2-0 in there for a strike. Yates and Kopech both through, we call it simulated games, but really they were just it was a 1-up down, meaning one inning essentially. Faced Miguel Rojas and a couple of guys that were brought over from the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes.
Yep.
Ball 3 delivered to Muncy, 3-1.
A right-handed hitter and a left-handed hitter. I'm trying to find out who the right-handed hitter is to try and pass along a message, because he does not have plate coverage out at third of the plate. He stands a country mile off the plate.
The lefty was making good contact.
Yes, he was.
Here's a 3-1. Swing and a miss at a changeup. And we'll see if Canning doubles up on it here. 3-2, 2 down. But Dave Roberts saying that Yates could be activated by the weekend. Kopech, wait and see, but he's getting much closer. There's ball 4 in the dirt. So a 2-out walk issued to Muncy. Also, Tommy Edman not in the lineup tonight. Ankle is sore. Remember, he scored the game-winning run last night. He had to run hard from second to the plate on the ball hit off the left field wall to win it for the Dodgers on Freeman's double. But his ankle's been a bit sore, right ankle, so precautionary reasons he's not in the lineup tonight. The Dodgers have brought in another outfielder from Oklahoma City just in case. Andy Pages looks at a pitch low and away. And he was a member of the athletics organization. We saw him play last year in Oakland. And that is Esteury Ruiz. He is on the taxi squad as of right now, as of tonight. But that's just in case Tommy Edman can't go or needs a rest. Pitch outside to Andy. 2 balls, no strikes.
Saying one thing about McNeil playing in center field. There are not too many center fielders that play that deep.
Yeah,
he is way out there.
There are base hits waiting to happen in center. As Andy takes one outside corner, knee-high, a changeup for a strike.
So we say he goes back to the wall. He's almost there to begin with.
Pages with an infield single in the second inning. Hitting streak at 9 games. 2-1 to him. And he just couldn't complete a swing. Incomplete swing, but enough to get a strike on him, and it's 2-2, fooled by a slider.
So if you're wondering, well, what's deep? Well, just looking at McNeil, he's at least 15 feet deeper than you will normally see a center fielder. Except in spots where maybe the 9th inning where he's saying, hey, prevent doubles defense, where you really go deep.
Right side of the infield wide open. Pages, right-handed bat, waits. 2-2 from Griffin Canning. And that's low and outside. Tried the change. Full count. Muncy will run with the pitch. And the catcher, Luis Torrens, comes out and issues the external signs to the defense on what they want to do with Muncy here.
Yeah. They're alerting the outfielders. They said, hey, look, guys, the runner at first base, by the time you get the baseball, the throw is probably not going to go to third, should go to second.
Now a 3-2 pitch, the payoff to Andy Pages. Here it is. Muncy goes, swung on, fouled off, and a good chunk of the barrel of the bat got chewed up. So now that thing is more like a boat oar than a bat. He'll get a new one.
Yeah, well, Pages used that cup bat, which is like you took a gigantic drill at the end of the bat and you cup it out. Now, there's a lot of theories. Well, you still have the same mass on the barrel of the bat, but it is maybe an ounce, slightly more lighter. But he was out in front. It hit the backside of the cup on the bat.
Dodgers with only 3 base runners so far tonight, all of them coming with 2 outs. Now the 3-2 with Muncy on the move. And the pause from Canning. Now the pitch, swung on, ground ball to short. Lindor's got it. He'll throw on to first base and plenty of time to get Pages. And the Dodgers come up empty, no hits. We go to the 5th inning at Dodger Stadium. It's the Mets 3, Dodgers nothing.
This is AM 570 LA Sports.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you got to stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
Since the Alonso 2-run homer in the first inning, are just 2 for their last 12. And the Dodgers struggling with Griffin Canning tonight, especially his slider. They're only 1 for 8 against the slider, but the leadoff man has not been on base 1 time tonight, and that's been a problem for the Dodgers offense. Now Lindor starts the 5th with a ground ball off the far end of the Mets dugout for strike 1. In the meantime, the Mets have had the leadoff man on base twice out of 4 innings. Gonsolin trying to keep Lindor down here. He's 0 for 1. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run back in the first. 0-1, grounder foul. First base side again. And the Mets have somebody in the dugout with a catcher's mask on and a glove. Can't catch the number, see who it is. But he's been there fielding ground balls and protecting his teammates. That is Luis Angel Acuna, an infielder. He's having some fun down there. Nothing in 2 to Francisco Lindor, and Gonsolin's pitch inside backs him up 1-2. Some other games in progress tonight. 4-4 White Sox and Tigers. Top of the 7th inning on the south side of Chicago. Twins ahead of the Athletics. 3-1 top of the 6th in Northern California. Pitch is low and in. 2-2. Brewers beat the Reds today 9-1. Red Sox walked off the Angels 11-9. So then Rafaela wrapped one around the right field foul pole, a 308-foot game-winning home run. Third shortest game-winning home run in the StatCast era. Pitch fouled back by Lindor. And the count remains 2-2. Cleveland shut out the Yankees in the Bronx today 4-0. Nationals beat the Cubs 2-0. And the Pirates beat the Astros 3-0. Lindor goes after the splitter and fouls it back. Blue Jays were a run better than the Phillies north of the border. 2-1 the final score. Phillies dropped to a full game behind the Mets currently. And the Diamondbacks ended up beating the Braves 2-1. Rays over the Rangers in Tampa 5-4. And the Royals and Cardinals rained out. Pitch is popped up, middle of the infield. Behind the mound comes Betts, and he'll reach up and make the catch. And there's one gone for New York in the top of the 5th. A busy day in baseball on this Wednesday. And for some teams, getaway day games this afternoon. Other teams playing tonight. And the way things are going right now with this game in the 5th, at some point in time tonight, this will be the only game being played, you'd think. But you never know. Brandon Nimmo with one out, the base is empty, takes a curveball for a strike. And the Dodgers have a day game tomorrow here at Dodger Stadium. Midweek matinee under the sun. 0-1 pitch to Nimmo. And a strike called. Well, the Dodgers go to St. Louis. We don't know who's going to be pitching when and where. We do expect one of the games to be pitched by Yamamoto. 0-2 delivery. Swing and a foul back. Fisted foul back to the screen. A slider, and it's 0-2. Tyler Glasnow is expecting to throw a bullpen session this weekend. Sometime. Says he feels great. He's ready to go to start getting stretched out and get back on the mound. Still be a little while for him, though. And Blake Snell after the weekend expecting to throw a bullpen in San Diego. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nimmo goes down on a curve. And for Gonsolin, his 5th strikeout of the night.
Curveball here and there has been rather effective tonight.
So that, as far as strikeouts go, that's the second one on the curve, second out of the 5. He has 2 on the fastball, 1 on the splitter. Juan Soto, 2 down, bases empty. Gonsolin snaps one home low, ball 1. Soto tonight 0 for 1 with a walk. He's also driven in a run with a ground ball out. 1-0. Big left-handed batter takes a strike. And he's looking down at Dalton Rushing, the catcher, saying, really?
Really?
Yeah, really. He just kept on staring at the catcher. Better stare at the catcher than the umpire, right?
Well, the ump knows where it's directed. You know, that's a pitch sometimes as a hitter you just give up on because you don't think if the breaking ball starts that high, you don't believe it's going to be able to come down. rapidly enough to really hit the strike zone.
And a 2-1. A weak wave and a miss. Fooled by the splitter. Bad looking swing by Soto.
And Soto just looks out at Gonsolin and smiles and nods his head. Okay. And then Gonsolin smiled back at him.
He shook his head up and down, said, hey, good pitch. You got me. See if he's got another one in him. 2-2. Gonsolin ready to fire. And the Dodger right-hander pausing on the hill. Now kicks and delivers. And this ball ripped down the right field side. It's going to hook foul and bounce around the short wall in the right field corner.
Gonsolin's fortunate that fastball was pulled foul. That was not a particularly good pitch. And Soto just smiling back at Gonsolin. I mean, they may have a barbecue after the game.
I would think so. They're very pleasant to one another. Two pitch. Missed inside. And nobody smiled that time. Full count to Soto. 3-0 Mets on top. Top of the fifth inning as Gonsolin ready to throw. He fires home. And a check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. Appeal down to third base umpire Gabe Morales. And Soto will be walked for the second time in the game. And this one comes with 2 outs. Well, Gonsolin wanted that walk, and he is off of the first base side of the mound on the slope, rubbing up the baseball and reflecting. Alonso is 1 for 2. Met first baseman. 2-run home run in the first inning, then popped up to Betts at short. Next time up, swings the first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1. Dodgers have action in the bullpen. Left-hander Anthony Banda starting to warm up.
Gonsolin is approaching 90 pitches.
Throw to first, and Soto dives back. You know, Soto's walked 47 times already. It's the third most in Major League Baseball. He will walk a lot. He gets walked a ton. But that is carrying over during his tenure with the Mets now. As Alonso looks at a pitch low. 1-1. Alonso's average at 288. 13 home runs now for Alonso. When he competed in the home run derbies, he was entertaining. He took it very seriously. In fact, one year, he made more money, $1 million, in the home run derby than he did his entire season. Swinging a foul back. He was being paid the minimum at that time. Major League minimum. Maybe a little bit more, but it was certainly not $1 million. And the first time he competed and won it, he got the cash prize and more than doubled his income for the year. Came back the next year in Colorado and did not win it. Huge jump for Soto. Why he didn't continue to go, I'll never know. But Alonso strikes out. And the Mets are done in the fifth. No runs, no hits, no Dodger errors, and one man left on base.
The newfangled idea of the time was night games, and teams thought that the shiny material of satin would reflect the stadium lights better. But satin comes with all kinds of issues. Despite all its drawbacks, this shiny material really does create a show-stopping jersey.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Hernandez due up against Griffin Canning. Celebrate LGBTQ plus Pride Night Friday, June 13th at Dodger Stadium versus the Giants. Purchase a special ticket pack and receive a Dodgers Pride Night jersey presented by Blue Shield of California. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. So Conforto, 0 for his last 10, swings and rips one down the right side, but it hooks foul. He get into that baseball. Came off the bat 108 miles per hour. We'll want to straighten that out. 0-1 to Conforto. Struck out looking on a slider in his first at-bat tonight. Canning, the right-hander, sends a pitch home, and it's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Conforto. The former Met. Conforto is on the Mets all-time home run list. He's 17th. In RBIs with 396. He is 8th on the all-time home run list with 132 for the Mets. 2-1, he swings and fouls it back. Conforto had a lot of good years in Queens.
Well, he came up, but we saw him make his debut, and then he came in very well ballyhooed for good reason too.
Nobody on, nobody out. Dodgers down 3 here in the 5th. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Michael Conforto. The wind and the pitch. Conforto shoots it foul down the left side and out of play.
That's right about where Canning tops out, right at 94 miles an hour. Throws a lot of breaking stuff. That changeup, he's thrown it almost 1 out of every 4 pitches coming into tonight's game.
Pitch to Conforto, swings and he slices one to left field. Nimmo coming on. He'll make the head-high catch and take away a line drive, and that's 1 out. 5th straight inning, the Dodgers have not had the leadoff man get on base. And that's been to the benefit of the Mets pitcher, Griffin Canning. Dalton Rushing struck out swinging on a fastball in the 3rd inning. There's the pitch on the way. And he'll take a strike inside corner with a curve.
Well, last night, the Dodgers did not get the leadoff man aboard until the 8th inning. That's when Ohtani drew a walk.
0-1 pitch. That's inside and low.
Leadoff man was on briefly in the 9th. That was the home run by Muncy to tie it.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch. It's on the way, a swing and a miss. 1-2, a slider. Well, we've seen Rushing, and he makes contact in a game. He really gets a hold of it. He's got to start making contact again here soon. 1-2, and he does so with a line drive base hit into center field to the right of second base. Takes a big turnaround first and stops. Ball was cut off by the center fielder, McNeil. And a solid single for Dalton Rushing.
Well, he got a fastball that was tailing away, and that ball was away, but just really good bat speed that we noticed with Rushing when we have seen him in the past, primarily, obviously, in spring training.
1 on and 1 out. Kike Hernandez up, the number 9 hitter. Grounded to third, his first time up. Ohtani is on deck. Pitch inside to Kike. One ball, no strikes. Kike at 235 right now. Right-handed batter waits, and Canning set to deliver. This will be his 81st pitch. And it is a slider, swung on and missed. Well, Petey Montero's out there coaching first base, and not Chris Woodward tonight.
Yeah, Woodward is over at third. Dino Ebel is attending his son's graduation.
Well, pitches up high and knocks Kike down. And Dino's got 2 sons that are really, really, really good baseball players and going to be top prospects.
Petey Montero also delivered the lineup card at home plate to the umpires tonight.
2 ball, 1 strike pitch. A swing and a try, but hooking foul. Yeah, Petey does a lot of coaching in winter ball in Puerto Rico. You know, he's one of those unsung guys that you don't hear a lot about. You hear about the manager, pitching coach, first base coach, third base coach, but you know, Petey's one of the guys behind the scenes that does a ton of work with the players all day. Strike 3 called on a pitch that looked to be off the plate. Kike thought it was. Might have been a borderline pitch, and it went Canning's way. Kike strikes out with 2 outs. Here comes Ohtani. Those borderline pitches, they can go either way. And usually you're not wrong either way. Now Ohtani, 1 for 2 pitch. Swings and misses. Ohtani and Canning, former teammates with the Angels. Ohtani flied to center in the first. 2-out base hit in the third. Rushing leads at first base, the 0-1. It's low. It kicks away from the catcher, Torrens, and back to first goes Rushing. That catcher was able to jump on it a few feet from home plate.
Well, especially with 2 down, you have Ohtani at bat. If you're not 100% certain that you can advance safely, you don't try it.
Dodger offense leads Major League Baseball in runs, and in a lot of other categories too. They've not had a man in scoring position yet tonight. 1-1, way up high to Ohtani. 2 balls, 1 strike. Dodger offense leads in home runs with 100. Top team in batting average, 267. Slugging percentage, 469, and OPS at 812. On base plus slugging. But nobody at second base yet tonight. And a 2-1 pitch to Shohei Ohtani from Griffin Canning. Outside and high, it's 3-1. Well, that's just the way it goes in baseball. And you watch it every day. There's ups and downs and peaks and valleys. Offensive outbursts, and there's droughts. Throw to first. And Rushing back safely standing. Nothing doing in the Mets bullpen at all. Canning in control, 88 pitches. 3-1 pitch to Ohtani coming. Here it is. And Shohei takes a strike. That might have been off the plate. I think it was. Jansen Visconti, very good ball strike guy behind the plate. He's proven himself to be very, very accurate. And a close pitch looked like he just missed it. And one thing the Dodgers don't need tonight is non-borderline pitches going the opposition's way.
Well, you can't look for it, but I'd be surprised 3-2 if Ohtani gets a fastball to hit. I think it'd be something that movement or off speed.
Payoff pitch. Rushing's going to go. There he goes, and the pitch home to Ohtani. Strike 3 called on the inside corner.
Change up.
And Ohtani, shaking his head side to side, says nope. He never argues with an umpire, but he looked a little bit miffed as he walks back to the third base dugout, striking out looking with a man on and 2 out. We go to the 6th inning at Dodger Stadium.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
Do you guys make your own brisket here?
Yes, we do. We are known by our brisket.
Barbecue brisket sandwich. Quality is better than other places, and it looks good. We're ready to eat.
We go to an average 500 briskets per game. We hear a lot from our fans. They want to try something with wrap, easy to eat. So we say, well, let's do like a brisket wrap and an egg roll.
That's beautiful. You get the gold medal for culinary brisketry here in Texas.
Yes.
Top of the 6th inning, he'll face a couple of lefties right away, at least expecting to face a couple of lefties. He will face Brett Beatty, second baseman, who's 0 for 2. This pitching change brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tony Gonsolin goes 5, gives up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 3 hits. 3 walks and 6 strikeouts, 90 pitches, 59 for strikes, and currently on the hook. And Bonda snaps a strike home to Beatty, 0-1. 28th appearance for Bonda, 4-1. Opposition hitting .221 against him. And he comes with a high leg kick, and the lefty sends one home for a called strike. And Beatty doesn't like it. And he's letting Jansen Visconti hear about it. Might have gone outside, at least where it ended up. Could have crossed part of the plate on the way by. That pitch had a lot of movement on it. Big slider. Third base side of the rubber. Bonda dealing to the left-handed hitter. Swung on and hit in the air to left field. Here comes Conforto, and he'll make a running catch toward the infield. 1 out.
Yeah, good jump by Conforto. That ball, spinning, sinking, and off the left-hander. We talked about this in the pregame show. Left-handed batter, you're playing in left field. That ball, 95% of the time, is going to be moving from your left to right as you're looking into home plate.
Starling Marte will hit for Jared Young. So we'll get the right-handed bat up with the veteran Marte in the 6th inning. Yeah, that's just something you learn over time, right? I mean, when you're playing left field, a left-handed hitter is going to slice it over there.
Yeah, sometimes you get weird spins. Sometimes it's actually a knuckleball that's hit out there. There's no spin at all. And when that happens, good luck.
Well, Mark Pryor with a quick visit. The mound visit brought to you by Jacoby and Myers, because everyone deserves justice. Well, Marte 5 for 12 against the Dodgers this season. These two teams playing each other relatively close on the calendar. Seems like that's the way that games are scheduled with a number of opponents now. Swings and fires one foul, slicing down the right side. It's the opposite way. Right-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher. It's going to slice to right more often than not. That knuckler can be a problem, hit right at you in center field. 0-1, swing and a miss. Is that the worst one for you as a center fielder, the knuckler hit right at you?
I think so, because you don't know which way it's going.
Just try to follow it with your
glove. Well, it's like
glove.
trying to catch a butterfly in 80-mile-an-hour wind with your eyes closed.
And then 0-2 pitch. And Marte hits a ground ball to third. Short hop by Muncy. Sets his feet, lip of the infield grass. Throws on the first in time to get him. 5-3 the putout, and there are 2 men out for the Mets in the 6th.
Yeah, the knuckleball is not only difficult to hit, it's also difficult to catch.
And who said the knuckleball's out of the game? Never left. $45,733 on hand on this Wednesday night at Dodger Stadium. And a very good crowd. Last night was a sellout. Last night was the 10th sellout of the year. I'll tell you what, the staff of the Dodgers, the ticketing folks, they do such a good job. Ticketing, promotions, marketing. All the people behind the scenes that don't get enough outward credit. You look at the attendance figures at Dodger Stadium year in and year out, number one. And the people behind the scenes continue to get it done here year after year. And a swing and a miss by Ronnie Mauricio. Switch hitter turns around to bat right-handed. And it's 0-2 to Mauricio. Mauricio yet with a hit this year. Just called up yesterday. Now Bonda deals and fires up high, and it's 1-2. Three runs on 3 hits for New York. No runs, 3 hits for the Dodgers. Bonda's 1-2 pitch. That one is bounced foul. Looked like it might have hit the plate and then just jumped up over the catcher and umpire. Still a ball and 2 strikes to Ronnie Mauricio. For the Dodgers in the bottom of the 6th inning, Betts will lead off, then Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez. Hoping to get the offense going. Still nothing doing in the Mets pen. Swinging a little nubber back to Bonda. He fields, spins, throws, and Freeman's got it for the 3rd out. For Anthony Bonda, a clean 6th. He retires the Mets in order. We go to the home half of the inning when we return to Dodger Stadium.
I think style, it's a very complicated thing.
Custom cleats came when I earned the rights to wear custom cleats.
So I think without going out and being loud and saying this is who I am or whatever, you can just kind of wear a certain shoe or a glove or a batting glove or whatever, and it kind of shows who you are.
Stay on, the left-hander warming up in the bullpen. Jose Castillo starting to throw. And Mookie Betts to lead off. The hard-working Chevy Silverado, built on a legacy of long-lasting dependability. See your Southern California Chevy dealer today or shop now at SoCalChevy.com. Griffin Canning throws his 91st pitch. He has held the Dodgers scoreless on 3 hits through the first 5 innings. And a strike called. How about these numbers, Mo? So far this season, the Mets starting pitchers have an earned run average against the Dodgers of under 3, 285. The rest of Major League Baseball against the Dodgers, 535.
Of course, the Mets, the best ERA of any staff in baseball, 286.
Ready for the 0-2 pitch is Betts. Mookie swings, hits a fly ball, playable to center field. McNeil comes in and over to his right just a little bit, makes the catch, and there's one gone.
And another inning where the Dodgers failed to get the leadoff man aboard.
Freddie Freeman, the batter. He's 0 for 2. And before he comes up, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the World Champion Dodgers Audio Network.
The home of the world champion LA Dodgers. KLAC KYSR HD2 Los Angeles. Make us a preset on the free iHeartRadio app.
First pitch to Freeman is in for a strike. 0-1. Curveball. Freddie's fly to center and fly to left. 0-1. Swings and misses on a ball down and in. 0-2. Well, one of the formulas that has worked very well for Canning tonight is he's been ahead pretty much all night. Meaning ahead of the hitters in terms of the count. Pitches low, 1-2.
How about this? This is the third game of the series. Dodgers and Mets have played 26 innings. Each of the first 2 games were 10 innings. Dodgers have had the leadoff man on base 7 times. 2 of those were placed runners in the extra innings.
1-2 to Freeman. He swings and strikes out. Slider. And Griffin Canning continues to baffle the Dodgers tonight. Incredible. That's the 7th strikeout for Canning. Two down, and Teoscar is up. He's 0 for 2. Grounded out twice. He has 1 off his season high in strikeouts, which was 8 on the 17th of April against St. Louis. Career high is 12 in a game. That came when he was with the Angels 2 years ago against the Yankees. Fly ball left center field, running over to get it. McNeil, the center fielder, hauls it in. Dodgers gone in order again. So Griffin Canning stymies the Dodger offense here tonight.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
the Dodgers as we go to the 7th inning. 3-0 Mets in front. Lou Trevino is on. He'll take over for Anthony Banda, pitched to 3 men. Got them all out. He pitched a clean 6th. The pitching change brought to you by Navien HVAC and water heater products. Well, the story of the night has to be Griffin Canning. Former Angel, pitching for the Mets here tonight. Just mystifying Dodger hitters. And the Mets starters continue to torment the LA hitters this series. And the pitch swung on by McNeil. First pitch, glide to left, right to Conforto. 1 pitch, 1 away. And the Mets 7th. The good news is there's still time, and it's only 3 runs. We say only, but the runs have been so hard to come by tonight. But now it appears as though the Dodgers will get into the Mets bullpen at least. Try their luck with some other pitchers.
Well, it can't hurt.
Luis Torrens 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play and grounded back to the pitcher also tonight. And pitch swung on, ground ball to short. Mookie right behind it, sets his feet. Nice and easy to first, 2 away. 2 down and back to Francisco Lindor in the top of the order. Shakey's Pizza Parlor is the official pizza partner of the Dodgers audio broadcast. When it's game night, it's group night at Shakey's.com. Well, all in all, the Dodger bullpen's been pretty tough lately. Good to see what Tanner Scott did last night, a redeemer after Monday night. He looked really good. There's a strike call to the switch hitter, Lindor, who's batting left-handed. That's the right-hander Trevino, former Giant. 0-1 pitch to Lindor. He'll take one inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two down, bases empty in the pitch. Missed outside. Trying to change up and it faded off the plate. Max Muncy is due to lead off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Andy Pages, Michael Conforto scheduled to follow. 2-1, that's low. 3 balls and a strike to Francisco Lindor. I think of Canning's performance tonight, Mo. Fastball was okay, but his slider and changeup combination was deadly. Dodgers only 1 for 16 against those pitches tonight.
Yeah, the fastball, it's not overpowered. It's not in the upper 90s, but very effective with it.
3-1, grounded foul past first.
Well, the biggest change, again, when the Dodgers faced him in the 2 2/3 that they saw him in New York before the Rains came, he walked 4 in that period of time. Well, he walked only 1 tonight.
Payoff pitch to Lindor. Swung on, fouled straight back. Threw a sweeper at him. What's that pitch going to be called 2 years from now? Since 2 years ago, it wasn't called a sweeper.
Well, it's been called a lot of things. Roundhouse curveball, big breaking curveball, and I believe the swing at a breaking right there. Lindor swung. I think it hit him in the back left foot.
3-2, ground ball foul, run off the front of the Mets dugout.
Looked like it went off the heel of his shoe. And yes, if the ball hits you, if you offer to hit the ball, even though it hits you, guess what? Strike.
Strike. Payoff pitch from Trevino. Swinging a little flare on the left side of the infield. Running to his right is Muncy to gather it in. And it's a clean inning. That's the 2nd straight appearance for Lou Trevino, where he's had a 1-2-3 inning. New pitcher in the game for New York, left-hander Jose Castillo. Muncy, Pages, Conforto due up. Pitching change brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change, your 15-minute drive-through oil change with locations throughout Southern California. Tyrone Taylor replaces McNeil in center field as we get to the late innings now. Carlos Mendoza with a better defender, although McNeil acquitted himself very well defensively in this game in center, had plenty of chances. 11th appearance, 0-1 for Castillo. Left-hander sends a pitch home. First ball swinging, grounded over the mound, charged by Lindor. Throws onto first in time to get Muncy. One pitch and one away in the Dodgers' 7th.
The Dodgers still have not had the leadoff hitter reach base yet.
Hey, look at the numbers on Canning tonight. If you could dial this up for your starting pitcher every night, you would take this every single night. 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 99 pitches, and 66 of those good for strikes. So the strike percentage good too. And he leaves the game obviously on the plus side of the decision right now. Tony Gonsolin remains on the hook after giving up 3 first-inning runs. 2 of them earned. 1-0 to Pages. Glances off the glove of the catcher back to the backstop. But that is quite a night for Griffin Canning when you look at those numbers. And 1 off his season high in strikeouts, which was 8. 2-0 pitch to Pages. Here it comes. Swing and a foul back over to the right. Now, we've mentioned this last night. We mentioned it a couple of times today. Worth mentioning again. The Mets have to win one of these next 2 to secure home field advantage in the postseason against the Dodgers in the tiebreaker. Dodgers need to win them both in order to get home field against the Mets. And the way things look, these teams very well could meet again in the postseason. Last year in the National League Championship Series, Dodgers prevailing before going on to beat the Yankees in 5. That one is ripped into left field, a base hit. That one's heading for the corner. Around first and on his way to second is Pages. Nimmo bobbled the ball around the corner, and Pages is in with a double. That's the first extra base hit for the Dodgers tonight, and the first time they've had a runner at second base.
Pages stays back at a breaking ball. He went down and got it.
Well, Michael Conforto, the batter, be a left-on-left matchup. Well, Conforto looking out at Castillo. Castillo checks the runner at second, now comes home. And Conforto swings and fouls it back. Michael is 0 for 2, lined out to left field last time up in the 5th. Struck out looking at a slider from Canning in the 2nd. Dodgers actually out hitting the Mets tonight, but don't have anything on the scoreboard. And Conforto is hit by the pitch. It got him on his right elbow pad. And now the Dodgers have 2 on, and the tying run coming to the plate. And the bullpen phone ringing down in the right field corner for the Mets.
And Dave Roberts will stay with Dalton Rushing, left-handed hitter.
Jeremy Hefner, the pitching coach, is going to run out and waste some time. One of the pitchers for the Mets getting loose, running around. And for the Dodgers, Jose Urena and Ryan Ludus are throwing. Both right-handers. Double barrel action in the Dodger pen. Bottom of the 7th brought to you by Bank of America, the official bank of the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Giants won tonight. They held off the Padres and won it 6-5. Giants now 34-28. Padres 35-25, 10 over 500. But they had to come all the way back from a 5-0 deficit. They scored 6 unanswered to win that ball game. So, big plate appearance here for Dalton Rushing. 1 out and 2 on. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Started him off with a slider. Rushing is 1 for 2. Single to center field in the 5th inning. Left-handed batter looks out. And the pitch. He swings and fouls it off to the left and out of play. That's up in the Loge level.
Back-to-back sliders.
Any reason not to see a third one here?
No. Unless you're going to try and establish maybe the fastball inside.
Castillo stretching. Kicks, comes home. And there is a slider, a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tripled up on it and strikes out Rushing. 2 down. Big strikeout for Castillo. Here comes Kike Hernandez. And Ohtani on deck. And this is the time in the game where, regardless of who your number 9 hitter is, they got to find a way to extend the inning. And get Ohtani up with runners on. Hernandez 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. And the pitch to him. Strike called inside corner, sinker. Pages leads at second. Conforto not being held on. Big lead at first. Alonso playing behind. And the 0-1 pitch to Kike. Swing and a miss at a sinker outside. Ball's well off the plate. And now Kike in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Stanek, right-hander, loosening for the Mets. 0-2 from Castillo to Kike Hernandez. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Slider down and in. Kike swung at 2 pitches that were not in the strike zone. And he leaves 2 men on base. Dodgers get the tying run up. Come up empty, and we go to the 8th. It's the Mets 3, Dodgers nothing.
So these is MLB Network Talent Stars.
Okay.
The stars of MLB Network. Can I trade a pack of these for a signed Lawrence Shahadi card?
How about we do a little bit of both? Money, a little trade.
Will you open it up and see if you like it?
They're really nice.
If I sign it, does that equal the Lawrence Shahadi 20?
All right.
Do we have a good trade?
We have a good trade. Thank you so much. That was fun.
Nice doing business with you.
And a new pitcher for the Dodgers, making his second Dodgers appearance. Right-hander Ryan Ludus, who the Dodgers acquired from the Cardinals on the 1st of May. He has spent most of his time in the Dodger organization with AAA Oklahoma City. He was recalled Monday. And with the Comets, no decisions and a 1.69 ERA. And 10 2/3 innings pitched, 7 relief outings. He did pick up a save with Oklahoma City. His only appearance with the Dodgers came on the 16th of May against the Angels. Pitched an inning. Facing Brandon Nimmo, left-handed hitting left fielder. He takes a strike. Fastball outside corner. Edwin Diaz now warming up for the Mets, the closer. Stanek has sat down. Pitch hits Nimmo. Grazed one of his legs, and it goes to the backstop. So Ludus puts Nimmo aboard. Second time the Dodgers have hit a leadoff man tonight. Gonsolin hit Lindor in the first. He came around to score. And Juan Soto, the batter, who is 0 for 1 with 2 walks tonight. Soto waiting from the left side against the right-hander Ludus. Big right-hander's pitch, down and in. Ludus is from Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Isn't that the same place Bobby Miller's from? Sounds familiar. In the greater Chicagoland area. 1-0 pitch now to Soto. Big cut. And he might have caught part of Dalton Rushing with the backswing. 1 ball and 1 strike to Soto. And he got him on the glove, the back of the glove near the webbing with the barrel of the bat. A big backswing from Soto.
Yeah, knocked the ball loose. Catchers hate that.
1-1 pitch. It's low and in. That's an occupational hazard, unfortunately. As a catcher, you know going in, you're going to take a beating one way or another over time. Some nights more than others. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch. And Soto fouls it behind him. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Mets right fielder.
Well, over the years, we've seen a few arguments, if you will, both verbal and physical, with a big roundhouse backswing that clings off the catcher.
Nemo at first, nobody out. 2-2 pitch from Ludus. He snaps a fastball up high in the zone, taken, and it's 3-2. That one just seeped out of the strike zone, actually.
I would think Nemo would be going because Soto, more of a contact hitter. Yes, he has power, but normally makes contact, too.
Yeah, it's a worthy gamble right here. They do not send him, and Ludus throws low ball 4, and now the Mets have set up shop, 1st and 2nd, and nobody out. Top of the 8th inning, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa, the MVP for fun, food, and good times. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Morongo, celebrating 20 years of good times. 3 straight walks for Soto tonight. Here is Pete Alonso. He takes a healthy swing and a miss. 0-1. The best drive of the game is presented by Edmunds. See how much your car is worth at Edmunds.com. And Alonso's first inning, 2-run home run, his 13th of the year. The drive of the game. 0-1 pitch. And this one betters the last one. This is way up in the pavilion, almost to the back of it, as Alonso cranks a 3-run home run, and the Mets have doubled their lead. It's 3-0. It's 6-0. My goodness.
Well, the first pitch was at 95 down the middle. Swing and miss. The next pitch, no miss.
3-run shot. 5 runs batted in by Alonso tonight. It's been all about the polar bear for the Mets. 447 feet. Came off the bat 112 miles an hour, and that was up way in the back of the left field pavilion.
And that was a fastball up and out over the plate, and it was hit way up and out over the left field fence.
But for Ludus, I mean, he gave them 2 runs by hitting Nimmo and then walking Soto in front of Alonso. A 6-0 Mets. Alonso with his 14th homer of the year. He now has 53 runs batted in. Talk about productive. He's been just that. Ryan Ludus comes in out of the bullpen and is victimized tonight. Dodger bullpen had been very tough. Dodger relief pitchers on the homestand had an ERA of less than 2. 5 earned runs in 22 2/3 innings against the Yankees and Mets, but that's all changed now. This pitch fouled back off to our left. And it's 3-2. And a 3-2 pitch. That a shot foul to the far end of the Dodger dugout. What's that like as a hitter when you can go on the road and silence a crowd of better than 40,000?
Yeah, it's a good feeling for the entire team. And they get a little playful at that point.
3-2, chopper foul, first base side. A 447-foot home run by Pete Alonso, the longest hit by any Met this season. I'll tell you what, he got all of it. He didn't miss a bit of it.
In the middle of the pavilions now, there's a big exit. And that home run found the exit.
Swing and a miss on a ball downstairs, a slider. And Brett Beatty strikes out. So one down in the Mets 8th.
Well, friends, it's going to be Blake Snell bobblehead night. When? Well, on the 16th. The Padres will be in, and the first 40,000 fans in attendance will take home a special Blake Snell bobblehead presented by 76. Don't miss it. Tickets and information at Dodgers.com/promotions.
And there's going to be a little bit of a delay as a fan has run on the field and is now testing out security. Never advised. That never ends well.
But it will end.
And ended quickly. Well, everything final in the big leagues with the exception of the Athletics and Twins. They're in the top of the ninth in Northern California. Twins 6, Athletics 1. I told you the Giants came back from 5 down to win over the Padres tonight. Rockies won 3 in a row, sweeping the Marlins in South Florida. Raised the record to 12-50. It's been Pete Alonso's night here at Dodger Stadium. 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. And waiting to come up is Starling Marte. As they will move the person disturbing the peace out of here. Meantime, Ludus gets a couple of extra warm-up tosses. So 1 out. In the inning, Nimmo was hit by a pitch. Soto walked. And then Alonso cranked the home run to left.
It's a good job by the Dodger Stadium security, too. Headed up by Al Garcia. They trained for it. They execute the protocol and get the trespasser out of here.
All right, we're getting ready for more baseball. As Ryan Lewis takes some dirt off the top of the pitching rubber, Starling Marte will step in. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to third his first time up. When he took over, pinch hitting for Jared Young in the DH spot. Six runs on 4 hits for the Mets. No runs, 4 hits, and an error for the Dodgers. Ludus kicks and deals. And a strike delivered to Starling Marte. Marte looks out, and the pitch. Swung on line to right. Teoscar Hernandez a few steps to his right, reaches up, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 gone for the Mets. And the batter will be Ronnie Mauricio. He'll turn around to bat left-handed against the right-hander Ryan Ludus. Judas made his major league debut June 1st last year for the Cardinals against the Phillies.
He's a big guy, 6'5", 240.
And the 0-1 pitch. And Mauricio lines it right to Max Muncy, who is positioned near shortstop. And that will retire the side. Pete Alonso with a 447-foot blast to left. Drives. Worse for the Dodgers in the top of the inning. Pete Alonso drilled a 3-run homer into the left field pavilion. 6-0 Mets. And Shohei Ohtani leads off against Jose Castillo, left-on-left matchup. Ohtani 1 for 3 in the ballgame tonight. Luis Angel Acuna is at second base. Brett Beatty's moved over to third, and Ronnie Mauricio out. And the first pitch to Ohtani is a strike. Ohtani flied to center, base hit in the third, and struck out swinging, or rather struck out looking, I should say, in the fifth inning. And he takes a ball low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ohtani. Castillo, first base side of the rubber. Left-hander comes home. And Ohtani chases a pitch way outside. Slider well off the plate. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Shohei. Well, the Mets pitching staff has given the Dodgers fits this year and in this series so far. 1-2 on the way. And it's bounced at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tonight's game brought to you by First 5 California. 1 in 3 children are at risk of toxic stress, but there are things parents can do to help. Learn how to overcome it at first5california.com. Two and 2 the count. Stretch and the pitch. And Shohei backs up from an inside pitch. Now it's 3-2. One thing that's helped the Mets tonight in terms of their offense, 2-hit batsmen. There was an error on the Dodgers on Kike Hernandez. And there's a ground ball right side. That's through into right field, a base hit. Second hit of the night for Shohei. A leadoff single. It's the first time the Dodgers have the leadoff man aboard in the game.
Well, 6 precious outs to work with.
Mookie is 0 for 3. Been on base in 15 straight games. Takes inside ball 1. Now the Dodgers with a goose egg on the scoreboard. They have been shut out 3 times. Last time was on the 10th of May at Arizona against the Diamondbacks. They're trying to make sure they can get a run on the board here. They like to get 6, but journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. 1-1. Mookie hits a ground ball to third. Charged by Beatty. Short hops. Leaping throw to first. It's dug out with a backhand by Alonso. Mookie is out. One gone. Ohtani advances to second safely. And Betts is 0 for 4. And that play by Beatty, the save of the game, brought to you by Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Say goodbye, grass. Hello, rebates. Visit bewaterwise.com. Freddie Freeman's going to come out of the ball game, and Rojas is going to hit for him. So Megill is up. And the pitch to Rojas. He swings. It's a hot shot down to second. Acuna grabs it. He'll throw on to first. Ohtani advances to third. 2 down. And Teoscar Hernandez up. Ryan Stanek back up in the bullpen for the Mets. Ohtani big lead at third, and Teoscar takes on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Oh, and 1 to Teoscar, who is 0 for 3 tonight. He swings, hits a fly ball to center field. Tyrone Taylor under it. It'll make the catch. And the Dodgers come up empty after an Ohtani leadoff single. We go to the 9th. It's the Mets.
Yeah, mine was a tops now as well. I hit my first walk-off last year against the Mets.
Jacob Young, Nationals win. Now he's got his first walk-off big league hit.
My dad had bought a stack of them, and I was like, I think we can get these results, but he went ahead and bought a stack for himself.
Like business cards. There you go.
But it was awesome just to have that moment and have everyone so excited to have a picture of you is a fun moment.
Stay in the ballgame to pitch. Face Tyrone Taylor, the center fielder. Top of the 9th is sponsored by Cars for Kids. Ready to donate your old car? Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS now. Friendly agents are standing by to take your donation. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. And Taylor up for the first time in the game. Replaced McNeil, inning or so ago in center field. And Ludus deals him low, and inside ball 1. Dodgers are out hitting the Mets 5-4, but have 0 runs to show for it. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, tapped foul behind him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, Mama said there'd be days like this.
Mama said.
Teoscar Hernandez moves over to first base with Miguel Rojas staying in playing second. Freddie Freeman left the ball game early. 1-2 the count. And the Dodgers will have to face Ryan Stanek in the bottom of the 9th inning, the flame-throwing right-hander. Edwin Diaz was up for a bit, and the closer and Carlos Mendoza will elect with a 6-run lead not to use him. No reason to, not a save situation. We'll try to have Stanek finish up. 2-2 from Ludus. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Ranging over to his glove side left is Andy Pages. He'll make the catch for the first out of the Mets' 9th. A quick turnaround. We'll be back here for Morongo Casino Dodgers on deck, 12 noon tomorrow. First pitch, 1 o'clock. Landon Knack at 3-2 against David Peterson. Peterson 4-2. That'll be the finale of this 4-game series. The pitch. And that's outside for a ball. A lot of guys in the Mets dugout just down there laughing, playing games. Sometimes games get that way, don't they? You just feel like you got them in the bag. You just have to finish them out.
Yeah. I mean, there's been many things that happen. Things are going really well. Bullpen's not being used. Bug races.
Bug races?
Yep.
2-0. Swing and a miss, strike one. Tell me about the bug races.
Well, you find a bug and you put them all in one little area and draw a big circle around it and see which bug gets to the outer ring.
Any particular bug? Whatever's available, I guess. Depends what stadium you're in, too. Had plenty of those available in Cleveland, didn't we? And the pitch is down low, 3-1.
Well, I remember in the Astrodome years and years ago, they had a problem with these rodents that had long tails. So they brought in cats. Cats left.
3-1. Pitch fouled away. The cats and the rats didn't get along, huh?
I mean,
one out, nobody on. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Luis Torrens, the catcher. Payoff pitch, chop foul.
Yep. 9th inning down by 6. Bugs and rats.
Like we said, Mama said there'd be days like this.
Flipping sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds. Who can go the longest distance from the dugout?
3-2 in the air down the right field line. That's twisting foul, and it's out of play.
You can always tell the guys that don't play a lot either. Those are the good jugglers. When they get 3 baseballs. And they juggle them. Yeah.
Showing off all the hidden talents.
Mm-hmm.
Payoff pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a foul back, and we've got another one coming to Luis Torrens.
Saw Boog Powell once grab a normal metal coat hanger and make a hangman's noose out of it with his bare hands.
That was during a one-sided game?
Very one-sided.
Which side was he on?
The victorious one.
That's good news. Fly ball center field. Paez under it. He makes the catch.
Yeah.
2 down.
Yeah, managers don't really enjoy romper room antics when you're losing.
They tend to turn the other way when you're winning. Francisco Lindor hit by a pitch in the first. He scored a run. 0 for 3 tonight. Lined out softly to Max Muncy at third in the 7th. Hitting .280, 14 homers and 36 runs batted in. 1-0. Ground ball right side. There is Rojas, slip of the outfield grass, throws on to Kike at first. And the Mets are done in order in the top of the 9th inning. Dodgers.
I went to college at Northeastern University, and all my friends were Red Sox fans. And while in my 3 years there, I really grew to appreciate Red Sox Nation and everything that they bring to the table. And once I got my head wrapped around the trade, I was really, really excited. I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these 2 socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. Opeachy. It was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
with Billy Sorrell.
He's a two-time Cy Young winner in both the American and National Leagues, one of just 7 players in history to achieve this. For tickets and information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Back to more LA Dodgers baseball.
Home run, Ohtani!
Right here on the world champion LA Dodgers Audio Network.
Ryan Stanek comes in out of the Met bullpen as we go to the bottom of the ninth, 6-0 New York. They'll face Max Muncy to get things going here. Stanek just the 3rd pitcher used. He's trying to wrap it up tonight. Griffin Canning was outstanding as a starter tonight. Castillo did a good job in 2 innings of relief, 2 hits. No runs, 2 strikeouts. And now Stanek throws hard. Will face Max Muncy, who is 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Muncy takes a strike. Fastball at 98 for starters. And Stanek's next offer in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, for the Dodgers, Tony Gonsolin went 5. Gave up the 3 first-inning runs. He's on the hook. Anthony Banda, an inning of hitless and scoreless relief. Same for Lou Trevino. And Muncy swinging and missing at a slider. 1-2 to Max. Now the 1-2 pitch. And Muncy looks at it in the dirt. Check swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Ludus will end up going 2 innings, 1 hit. That was the home run by Alonso. 3 earned runs. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Alonso, by the way, his 22nd multi-home run game of his career. That ties Darryl Strawberry for the most number of multi-home run games in Mets history. Next on the list, David Wright with 21. Alonso had been tied with him, but he passed him tonight and ties Darryl Strawberry. 2-2, and Muncy swings and fouls it away. That kind of gives you a pretty good perspective on how good Alonso's been.
Yep, absolutely.
Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the ninth, 2-2 pitch from Stanek. That is low and in. 3-2 to Max Muncy. Only game going on now in the big leagues. As the Twins have finished off the Athletics 6-1. Everybody else done tonight. 3-2, wave and a miss at a slider, and Muncy strikes out, 1 away. Second time tonight, Max has gone down on strikes. Dodgers down to their final couple of outs. With a win tonight for the Mets, they would secure the season series and own the tiebreaker over the Dodgers. They'd also go to a 1.5 games over Philadelphia, who lost to Toronto earlier, 2-1. Mets been playing some really good baseball last calendar year. It was about this time last year. They were 11 games under 500, and all of a sudden they stepped on the gas. And remember the postseason run they had. They had that weird doubleheader with Atlanta. They didn't know what direction they were going to go at the end of that series. They packed for any possibility. Ended up splitting that doubleheader, and then I believe they started in Milwaukee in the postseason. But they had to play a doubleheader on the Monday after the season had ended. 2-0, and Andy Paez rips one deep to left center field. This one back and gone. Andy Paez with a 9th-inning homer, his 12th of the season. His 3rd hit of the night. And the Dodgers will not be shut out. It is 6-1.
Well, the good news is that Paez has come alive with that bat, and every time it seems that we see him, you see the confidence building, the knowledge of building. Remember, to begin his career last year, we talked about it, and early this year, he had difficulty in the ball away from him. Well, Daniels Jewelers, proud sponsor of the trip around the diamond, and your family jewelers is 1948.
Michael Conforto fouls one back.
So keep Daniels Jewelers in mind. Visit danielsjewelers.com/baseball for a free baseball bracelet and $50 off a $99 coupon.
Ohtani has 2 hits tonight. Paez has 3. Dalton Rushing has the other hit. And a strike called. The 2 through 5 hitters tonight, 0 for 15 with a walk. Max Muncy walked in the 4th. No balls and 2 strikes. And Stanek giving up the home run to Andy Paez here. And Conforto will take a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nine career games against the Dodgers. Stanek has a 1.04 ERA. It's gone up just a bit now. Not much, but a little. And right-handed hitters had been held to a 191 average against him. As Paez homers for the 3rd time in the last 5 games. The pitch fouled down the first base side. Conforto still alive, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Dodgers have a little something to smile about here in the 9th. Conforto swings and pops it up middle of the infield, right near second base. And Lindor comes down with it. And the Dodgers down to their final out. Conforto 0 for 3, hit by a pitch as well. And Dalton Rushing will come up to the plate. Dodgers down 6-1, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. A tough night tonight, made more difficult by right-hander Griffin Canning, who had a terrific performance after coming off a couple of subpar ones, especially in his last outing against the White Sox, which he gave up 5 runs over 3 innings. 1 strike to Rushing, foul ball over by the Met dugout. Stanek comes set, first base side of the rubber. The long-haired right-hander sends one home, and a check swing foul ball off the Dodger dugout. And the Dodgers down to their final strike tonight. 0-2 to Rushing. Stanek set to go. He fires, and it's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stanek 1-4 on the season. But that's not the big number for a reliever. Sometimes the records are based on circumstance. That's their earned run average they're concerned with, keeping runs down. It's 343 there. Rushing takes outside. Splitter faded off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dalton Rushing. Daytime game tomorrow. Hope you'll join us for the matinee. 2-2, swung on and popped up. Second baseman Acuna backpedaling in the outfield, makes the catch. And the Mets win it by a 6-1 score. And they secure the season series and the postseason tiebreaker over the Dodgers with a one-sided win here tonight. Pete Alonso was a one-man wrecking crew with 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. Final numbers on the game: the Mets 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 4 left. The Dodgers 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error, and 7 men left on base. Griffin Canning goes to 6-2, pitching 6 shutout innings.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in